Welcome to the stream, everyone. I'm your host, TE. Welcome. Sit on in, take a breather, enjoy a nice chill building stream as always. More Lego, more fun. What else and whatnot. I should come up with a good intro at some point. But for now, it's whatever I can remember. And we can just get started. Been a nice calm weekend. We'll have a nice calm stream here to end it off. Got some deconstructing I'll do to start and a little bit of sorting. Just a little different. Well, not really different, but not what the title implies, you know? Later on, we'll build more Pontiacs, more cars, more Lego 6 wide. We're already off to a good start this month. We're celebrating Pontiactober, a little event I'm hosting, where I post a different Pontiac each day. Lego custom built, of course. So I got a few of the first ones with me, such as yesterday's Aztec. What a dumb little car. I wouldn't say it's ugly. I actually don't mind how it looks, the real thing. But that was a fun build. Nice little, we'd call it an SUV. So you have that one. And then I guess today's one was the prototype Phantom. Very cool, very sleek car. It's fun to get all those extra angles in the front. But, well, certainly with the front of it having the bumper kind of angled inwards, kind of very, very lightly V-shaped. So that was a fun one to do. And definitely using the 6 wide dish as the roof. Although I noticed every time I looked at my photos, it was off one way or another. And then I saw, I think it was in the video spin, it's like over adjusted and off on the other side. So a little oopsie on my part. But overall, the build's still really fun, really cool. Happy with how it turned out and how future ones will be. Welcome, Snow Wolf. You finished your Lego cleaning. Congratulations. It means you can start building sooner, right? Yeah? That's what we love to see. Start getting more. You already made a robot. Nice. Well, I'm glad you could stop by and say hello in the stream. Glad to hear that, yeah, you've gotten back to building. That is what we all love to hear. Just keep the creative juices flowing. A robot is a great start, nice and square with the flow of Lego. And upgraded your previous one. Nice. What kind of robot is it? Is it a cool, like, explosive military style, or a mechanical service bot? Here to help fix up the day. Want to know what you got cooking. Upgraded, especially with the joints. The new one has bionicle limbs. So good, you got some good movement going on there. Nice and flowing with ball joints. That's good. Or bionicle. Bionicle? Bionic. Either way. Keeping it nice and giving it a lot of motion. Pure armor with 4 arms. Left side has sword, right side has claws. Ready for fight. Strong robots. That'll win the battle. It's good. Glad to hear you flexing those creative muscles. Getting to work right away. Put those bricks to use. Very satisfying. After your long and arduous journey of cleaning them. Awesome stuff to hear. Also had made a hand on a stand that flips people off. Well, a little rude, but possibly deserving. If you're in the mood, you know what to show them. You know what to show them. You know what they say, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. But what if the hand is the bird? You got to give them that word. Sometimes. Sometimes. And that's the fun of Lego, isn't it? Just make whatever the heck you want. No one's going to tell you no. Unless you do something a little too far and try to show it in public. Then they might tell you, please don't. But in the safety of your own collection, go crazy. Do what you want. Might make it bigger. Also made an LMG round mag. Loads bullets through a chain. That can always look real nice. I remember seeing recently a set designer posted a mech they did as a custom build. Not a real product, but they had the chain mag off to the side, and then on the other side they had a beautiful, just like, I don't remember how it was expressed, but the bullets flying out of the chamber. It looks amazing. Woo! Didn't hit the ground. That one doesn't count. But they had all the nice transparent pieces and slightly angled, so it looked like everything, all the excess shells were flying off onto the side. And like, oh, that was so cleanly done. All right, making sure we got our parts counter ready too. Didn't have that set up. It's on screen though. You'll be back. Hey, don't worry. We're not going anywhere. We're just getting started. Yeah, I think I talked about that last time. There was a wonderful mock at Cerebec weekend where a good 13 or so set designers came together and rebuilt nearly every Exoforce mock, or every Exoforce set. It was pointed in the Exoforce chat that no one could find the River Dragon, so they may have missed one, or didn't make it to the convention. Either way, they were one short, as far as we're aware, from recreating every set that was available from 2006 to 2008. And my goodness, they look beautiful. Of course, set designers just have that advantage of being much more aware of the parts, having more access to the parts. And when it's not set, no limitations. Seeing them go hog wild is some of the coolest stuff you can see from a Lego builder. Crazy things. I need to put this. This is one of those cool like energy swords from early Ninjago. And I need to put it back with the mock that it is part of. I don't know why it was in this extra little chunk, but that should probably go back to its home. Came with one of the, I hate to say early, but it's mid-range CMF figures. Space robot. Came with that energy sword and some cool wings and a lot of metal printing. Don't know why his sword's over here though. So I need to get that back. Gonna eat some fish. I don't know what I'm eating tonight, but fish does sound good. Cook it, grill it, lather it with butter. Live the unhealthy American life. Okay. Now for the wonderful part of the stream where I shuffle back and forth from the cameras to the background. Putting parts away. Try to keep it a little lively while I'm gone. I don't know if it's something I can acquire with my setup, but those kind of tracking cameras that just kind of move along as I do. Although that could go to some weird places if I go too far. Places I'm not ready for. I'm sure there's limitations and whatnot. Yeah, it is good because we also have put a side of, you don't know the name is in English, but called funchi in your language. They play bingo at 5. This time it's 300 to 500 per game. And the last was 3,000 and 12,000. Oh, okay. Nice, a little bit of entertainment with your food. I would say I'm lame and I just watch YouTube all I eat. Just get cut off on some of the things I'm subscribed to. But it sounds fun to watch. Yeah, a good game. An exciting game. While the food is being consumed. Get that extra bit of, I don't know, would it be dopamine? Adrenaline? Keep the mind entertained while you're consuming some good food. You usually watch bingo. Just this time, you usually watch YouTube. This time there's bingo. Ah, okay. I feel like that's just kind of become a norm for many people in this generation and surrounding generations, that YouTube is just such a cheap, quick entertainment that you can just let it do its thing every time of the day. Meal prep, during a meal, whenever. Just let it seep into the cracks of the life. It is a bit scary how much YouTube there is and how much we all consume. It's just about the only video service that at least is being well respected, supported, etc. A little dangerous. We're all kind of reliant on this one video service, but I don't know where else we'd go. Everyone's already there. Everyone's at YouTube. It's just too easy. Watch someone call Sim77Y, or watch kill counts of movies and dead meat. Those silly tracker lists of all the deaths in a certain piece of media. I don't think I've watched many of those. I remember seeing the like Star Wars ones, which like every clone that's died, and then you just see like a battleship get exploded, and it's just the count goes way up, really fast. So a lot of my recent YouTube endeavors has just been probably some gameplay stuff, video games I don't have time for, or Lego reviews, sets I don't have time for building. It fills in those gaps for me. Because we also don't, it's very difficult to acquire many, if not all, of the Lego sets that they're constantly pumping out. So it's just fun to kind of learn a little bit about them and what people's opinions are on them through the reviews and whatnot, without spending a dime. Well, spent my time on the dime. Sometimes you watch Lego stuff too. I mean, it's accentuating the hobby, keeping it all just further enjoying what your hobby is. That way the fun never stops, right? And whether it be a set or a mock or any other Lego entertainment in between, they'll at least teach you something for your next build. I don't know a better way to store these things. I just stack them. And then they slide behind something or another. Get them out of the way. Still impatiently waiting for a Warframe update. It's a big one coming. I think I heard about that one. I tried to get into Warframe and I didn't quite. But I know a lot of people that like it, and I'm glad to hear it's still thriving, still running. It's got a lot of good things to it. It is always wild to hear the kind of games that just live on almost indefinitely, continuing one step at a time, year after year. All right, nice quick short, jeez. Short sorting session, all good now. We can get right to the building for today. There are a few vehicles on the mind. One is making the second version of the Trans Am 20,000. And I just got reference images this morning. Surprisingly, the second version is much longer. Like the nose is just like an extra 1.5 times bigger. So I'm excited to get to that one. I've been waiting to get to it because this was also the first one I built for the month. And I had a really fun time with getting all the weird angles in there. So I've been really itching to get to the second one at some point. But there's that. I was going to do a pink one that was going to be Kirby from the recent Kirby and the Forgotten Lands video game. I was gonna do that, but in the shape of a Pontiac. Just a big pink blob on top. And then the last one I've been wanting to do, just a really wild design. It was a concept car called the Stinger. Very, very outdoorsy, sporty kind of car. And just absurdly has too many functions to it. So I really wanted to do that one, but I don't know how much of this bright green I have. Not a lot, that's for sure. So I think we'll start with the Stinger, see how far we can get with what parts I have on hand. Move the Kirby stuff out of the way for now. Because this is pretty much all my green, the bright green. I have some clips and jumper tiles in bulk, but those aren't super helpful for this. So we'll see. We'll see. I think the biggest issue I have in here is lack of curves. The inverted one. So I think the lack of curves is really going to kill this build and prevent me from getting anywhere. Because it is quite a smooth vehicle. Although I think, like some of my other car builds, as long as I get the front hood rounded out, I think we'll be okay. What I really need is some corner cut wedges. And I don't see any in here. Got plenty of tiles, a couple different sizes. So that should work. But yeah, it's really going to come down to anything sloped. Sloped, curved, etc. Oh, the skateboard wheels too. I don't think those will come in handy. And yeah, I don't see any shape that would quite fit that. I got some nice clips too. And I think to round out some corners, I could use these bars. Some bars. So I really want to use this spring green color. At least compared to some promotional material for the car that never was, it's closer. But if we struggle with the variety of parts, I might pivot to some lime green. Because the more I look at the reference images I picked up this morning, the more I realize it actually was kind of closer to lime green in a lot of different shots. You're hungry? You better go get eating then. You're waiting too long for your food. Or you're too early for your food. I probably could have just poured out the whole drawer, honestly. But we're just digging around. What parts do we find? Not a lot, that's for sure. Pretty simple amount. And I even tried doing some digging beforehand to figure out if I had, and I don't know if they come in green yet, but the candlesticks, so they could extend these kind of plant pieces. And these plant pieces are like the perfect shape for the rear doors. They're weird shape. I don't know if I have anything to continue the round nature. I really do need to pre-plan builds where I can just get started right away instead of being like, I don't know if I have enough parts. Color might be way off. But here I am, just being a fool on live camera. Let's see. This clip barely holds on to this tile. It's not bad for the mirrors. It's not great. The mirrors are pretty square though. One time it'd be nice to have a 1x1 tile and make something a little more square in Lego. I think another problem is if I pivot to lime, I don't think my lime's in much better of a situation. Although I could also have just done this digitally, but I didn't. Yeah, I don't think I have the right parts for this. We could try a regular candlestick for now, because I'm sure they make this in spring green. I'm pretty positive. I just don't have it. So we'll just do a placeholder and try to keep building until otherwise. So we got that continued. But the lack of slopes is really hurting this one. So I just need something to cut this off, make it flat. I'm sure I have bricks somewhere. Like, why wouldn't I have 1x2 bricks in this color? I'm pretty sure. They gotta be somewhere. Oh, so we'll just do a regular green. See how that fits. What about there? Not too bad. Not too bad. Surprisingly, the bath in like 2 years of being tortured made the Lego joints stronger. Yeah, they'll be like the little kind of like, we wouldn't want to call it crusty, but the extra little layer of stiffness. Yeah. It kind of puts less space on it, less freedom of movement, and allows it to be tighter on there. Alright, this isn't terrible shaping for the door. It's a little long, but we can make it work. I'm mostly worried about this front. It looks like it goes a bit too far for what will be a wheel opening. Speaking of, I guess we can grab some wheels and get that spacing going. My scoops of wheel off to the side, dedicated to this whole month. Just a couple small tubs of properly sized wheels. You need to go. Well, take care. Enjoy your delicious food and entertainment and what else you have going. Nice to see you on. Thank you. Thank you. Nice to see you around too. Thank you for supporting and stopping by. There will always be more down the line. But take care. Goodbye. Until next time. I could just make this a hodgepodge color build. Wouldn't be the greatest, but it would be something. All these different greens. Throw them out there. It's going from this. You right about there? It's the wheels. Guess that's not terrible. Let's see. These cars up here, are they all... They're all roughly the same wheelbase. I'll use the Aztec as our guide. So the wheels should be roughly that far apart. Which is, it's about right. It's about right so far. I just need something to fill in this diagonally. And then this to start curling around. So the curling around bit isn't too crazy. So I could probably just go with this. Yeah, not too bad. It's the only wedge I got that'll really start helping. And then the rear is gonna be a mess. I'm pretty sure I have 1x2 bricks somewhere, so I'm going to keep using regular green for it. But I'm thinking what we can do for the rear. Something like this. Let me just put this here for now. Elevate it. Something like this. It's a weird shape. But that's the vehicle. The vehicle's a weird shape. We could probably do... Okay. We're getting somewhere. So I'm thinking all of this. All of this combined. It gets us somewhat of a smooth side. Those blasted doors. I won't be able to get the bar all the way to the bottom, so there will be a gap around the edge. But to start, it's a start. All right, and then I wanted to try for the hood. Oh, the hood's gonna be impossible because it's very much V-shaped, and without the wedges, I mean, I can do curve, just a little bit of curve with these. But to get the wedge shape, I could do, I've had like a 45 degree here. Put this up against a flat surface. Maybe. But I won't be able to smooth this out. As far as I'm aware, there's not corner cut tiles in this color. Got curved ones. And it looks like I picked up some in regular green, but not so much this color. Like I said earlier though, I guess we'll just keep trying with a bunch of different greens. And if this turns out ugly, we can just say that's how the car looks. That's just how it looks. A hodgepodge of greens for days. I'm just gonna grab, just gotta grab a couple more pieces. And of course I can't find a 1x6 for the life of me. So we'll make a couple 1x3s work. All right. So I already went to lime and then regular green, so that's not very helpful. And then I got this shape going. Got our point. So it's not gonna be so curvy, but it is gonna be at least that shaping down the middle. This is horrendous, may I say. All these greens. At least I'm not building white. That was the issue we saw at the previous streams, is that everything being white and impossible to see on this white background. That was possibly one of the worst parts. One of the worst things we've seen on stream. So I'm glad we're avoiding that. I don't think I mentioned it at the beginning. This will probably be a shorter stream, especially with how this is going. How there's not much to find with these pieces. Like I could do this, invert or change the slopes direction again to start getting a wheel opening. But man, oh man, that creates so much awkward math for this. Oh Nelly, oh Nelly, Nelly. To do that, yeah. It's like it's half a plate down now. At least we could get that to there. Let me grab a bracket. Couple of brackets. And what else? What else? Maybe just the brackets for now. Probably a 2x4 down the middle. Start experimenting with some stuff. Get us a base going. It looks, oh boy, it looks. Certainly looks like something. But we got a shape going, you know? Shape's better than no shape. Shape or no shape, that's the question. Let's see. We'll just make the door on the other side too. See what we can start to figure out for the whole body. So we got chassis, and then this would go up here with no good way to connect it. Oh boy. Oh boy. I think we'll do... Got a windscreen we could probably use. Which definitely looks right. It definitely feels like the right kind of windscreen for this vehicle. But with the way the doors are, Oh. Yeah, this thing's a nightmare. So probably extend the hood up just a little bit further. Even then, oh boy. Oh boy. Keep on keeping on, that's what we'll do. Alright, let me get some schnot. I feel like I say that too much on stream. Schnot. Need some schnot bricks. Schnotty schnot. And I'm gonna need some Technic bricks. Try to reposition stuff. Just putting these one long Technic pieces into a snot brick, just so I can attach them to this snot brick, get it lined up back on the grid, get our windscreen on there. Although, because the bracket is already moving it off, I think I'll switch off of these Technic pieces because they're setting it off just a half plate too much. So we're going to get away from that. Instead, to get our perfect measurement, we will use some inkwell pieces because they're exactly 2 plates in thickness and height. So attaching those to this snot piece and then putting it right into this bracket, we get things nice and flush again. So if I were to put, well, I don't have, again, I don't have the brick for it, but we'll just keep stealing other green bricks. All right, this time we're doing lime. Now this is nice and flush with this. So be able to roll with that. Get that on there. And then if I want to, I can just, for now, set that on there. Without the right colors, oh yeah, this thing is ugly. Ugly, ugly. All right. And then I have, if you can believe it, I have an idea. I have an idea. Which involves some careful work to connect these two together and hinge it at the same time. Okay. Let's do 1x2 plate for now. Underneath. And we're gonna need a 1x4. We'll do it in light gray. It's a close enough color match. And some clips. Clippity doo-dahs. Clippity day. But most importantly, we need the 1x1s with the bar on the side. Whoa, bumped everything. Earthquake. These are parts I just grabbed. We're gonna add clip to bar, clip to bar. We're gonna set these bars on the ends of the 1x4 plates. And now, we realize everything is off just a little bit. So let's put it on here first and see where this needs to be to line up. Looks like I just need to add 1 plate. Need to add 1 more plate to that middle piece. There's some in spring green. Sure, why not? Definitely not a waste of my spring green in this color intensive build. There we have it. So now it's on a hinge. Bend it down a little. That can be our hood. It's still an amalgamation of a bunch of greens, but I think that's the least of our worries for now. And I'd love to get that wedge in there. But to do that, this bottom piece would need to be a tile. Unless I can just wedge it in there with a stud. Then it could be angled. It's in there. The stud logo is helping. And it kind of does give us a little extra, I mean, it's a little jaggedy. But the top is flowing a bit more. So I don't know. Hey, maybe this is the play. With my lack of spring green, we shall proceed. Oh, but now this other one doesn't want to do the same. Oh, I lied. Just needs a little bit of encouragement, as we might do. Alright, and then this wheel. Wheel can go about here. I think it's a pretty straightforward attachment, honestly. I don't think we need to do anything too crazy. Just need to go get the pieces for it. I don't know if I picked up more of these wheel holders, but definitely running out in the drawer it's in. Oh, the whole front is wanting to explode on me, so I'm not putting pressure on the right spots. Okay. Ooh, there's the other one. That's what we got so far. It's arcing with it, but it's not. Oh, it's not pretty. It's not the prettiest thing. All right, luckily, this whole front section is, I'd like to say, dark gray. Or is that, I guess it's more like a gunmetal gray. But I'm not gonna waste a bunch of gunmetal gray on this, so we're probably gonna do dark gray instead for this whole front bumper section. The headlights are crazy close to the center, which is annoying. So we're gonna do some trickery for that, and it's also all angled with the body. So a lot of shenanigans is about to go down. If the 1x2 slope had the long cheese wedge, not the wide one, the long, kind of shallower, less steep slope, normally comes as a grill and now has a closed up variant. If that was just a outline, that would be perfect. That would get us our center pretty smoothed out. But instead we're gonna have to go with some funky bits. Not funky beats, funky bits. Just to get everything lined up ever so perfectly. We're gonna start with a bunch of gray bars and clip pieces. Let's see where we can go from there. I also have a drawer that doesn't want to close. So I brought that curse upon myself. Do we need these? We don't need these lime pieces anymore. I don't know what, oh, this is the back. This is the back. Right. We'll eventually get that smoothed out. For now, let's work on the front bumper. I'm thinking these flag elements for the base. Get a nice start to the V shape. Now I got cheese wedges for the edge. Once we start rounding that out. And I do know binocular pieces might be good, just to hold those flags close together. So I'll take it snab a couple of those, which are awkwardly sitting in this corner over here. Not too steady, but get these nice and close. And we can pretend that those two little holes there are details in the official vehicle, but they're not. I know they're not. You know they're not. Now you know. But don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, because it gets our flags nice and close. And I think this is over 6 studs. Yeah. So we'll play around with this. We'll play around with this. And also, I don't know where I'm going to connect these binocular pieces to now, because they're awkwardly centered. I guess if I use a third one, I'd have a stud. But one step at a time. All right. Now these are a bit too tall. It's a nice thin gap for the wisdom calls. The headlights. So honestly, this could work. Another pair of flags. And you know what another pair of flags means? Another pair of binoculars. And while I'm at it, I'm going to grab one more for each so we can get some connection points going. That's how we do it. In excess. Like I said earlier, the American way. Never the right amount. There we go. So now we have 2. Make it nice close together. Nice flat opening. And now I'm pretty sure if I extend it by one more binocular, and then if we just put the, what is it called? Oh, hey, that counts. That's our first brick of the day on the floor. Full sub-assembly too. All right, if we just get, I don't know what you'd call it, but a 1x1 with a little extension and a stud on each side of this piece, this lovely, lovely piece, which has some new math to it. The old one had much better math because you could quickly smoothen out something to the side of a tile. That one shot me in the neck, but it's fine. I caught it. The old piece, you'd be able to put a tile on each side, and that would perfectly line up with the side of the wall. But the new one's stronger and just comes out to a different measurement. We need our pieces to be stronger. Alright, so now we have that all connected. And that needs to go. It was all connected. I don't know if it's just me, but these binocular pieces, when you connect them in a chain like this, they are not the strongest. They are quite the opposite and pretty frail. I was so paranoid when I built the Golden City on top of the flower, because I used that for the crest on the back of one of the buildings. I was so worried that that thing was going to just shatter and explode on its own, and then I'd have no way to get to it because it was just so tall. Okay, I'm not hating this, but there's a lot of gaps that are almost impossible to close up. Almost. And genuinely, the shaping overall, what we're starting to get, looks pretty good. It's just a mystery of how do we bring it all together. And these binoculars do not want to stay together. That's for sure. Need like a second option to hold the flags together. Let's see if we can find, just want a couple of grill elements. See if we can just shove them in there. So I don't know, is their wing? Their wing can fit. Yeah, their wing can fit in it. So if we just do that for the edges, this is starting to not look like the thing we just saw, or that I'm looking at. Could make for a fun greeble though on something else. And it does hold them together. This is nice and tight together now. Using a grill to wedge them together, but that is not really the shape we want. I mean, unless I have ways to hide it with another flag element of all things. But I mean, it's closer, certainly closer. Now, how does our subassembly hold the whole thing together? Terribly. It's too tight now for either of the binoculars to... Oh, I lied. It's definitely putting some weird pressure on it, but it's holding. It's holding a lot better. I can hold it just from that one piece. You see my hand shaking holding it too. But yeah, this is staying together. That's always a start. Now I'd love to use, like I said, the best way I can cover these up is a flag element on the side. But the problem is we start getting too far out and the back of the flag element will start hitting the wheel. So it's gonna be right about there. About here. So I have no idea what we're gonna do about that. I think I'm going to ignore the headlights for now. Maybe just omit them from this design completely. Because again, Lego has that advantage where they can just pump those things out. Because they got graphic designers, they can just print them some headlights. But all these mock builders, we gotta make them from the ground up. Try to make 3D headlights if we can, which is a big challenge. So instead of trying to worry about that, I'm going to, if I can get this on here right, I'm going to just kind of ignore them. We're going to put a grill there instead, like I said, this piece. It'll get us closer in vibe, and it'll fill out the shape right underneath. Ooh, the problem is we're gonna have a gap no matter what. This design is such a mess. But when isn't it? When isn't it a mess? Oh Nelly. Oh Nelly Nelly. Because the moment I start adding this grill, we get another gap. Yay. And because of this angle, we don't really have a way to close that angle up. So isn't that just super funky-dory? This might be a scrapped one. I don't know. We'll come back to the front in a second. Let's jump around a bit. Get some of these pieces out of here. I just want to attach this rear piece. They'll go over the rear wheel between the door and that. And then from there, I have no idea. No idea. To make matters worse, I realized I put the wheel on backwards. They got these nice hubcaps, which we can't fully replicate in Lego, but I can at least get something recognizable to a hubcap. I put the other one on backwards too. Or I swapped them out and I forgot to fix this one. That's all. That's all it was. Anyways, where were we again? No one can remember. What even is the Pontiac Stinger? What even is the Pontiac Stinger? No wonder it was never produced. It's nothing but a disaster waiting to happen. Oh. I also grabbed a 2x6 thinking that would get us edge to edge on this, but I forgot that I'm putting on the wheels, which need to be inset by one brick. It has wheels. Can almost drive around. Put the fourth wheel on just so it feels like a car. Alright. Get our pseudo wedges back in there. They eventually slide out on their own, but for the most part, they stay with friction. Super illegal technique. Don't worry about it. We can make it legal in some states. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay. I just want to get this brick attached here with some weird angle. I'm certain we can do it. Something or another. We'll just make sure it works. So I'm going to get myself a hinge brick. And a plate with bar. Wow. Just got to get it right in somewhere or another. Do it higher up, and then we just need to add a couple plates underneath. So we're gonna try that. I think the jumper is kind of throwing everything off. Oh, it would help if I didn't clash with the bar part. There's just so much that gets in the way now. Oh boy. Alright, and now let's try adding our 2 plates. Make it a little taller. Bring it all together. And I left room for a tile. Fill in a little bit of the gap. And just like, it doesn't want to connect. I'm not sure what's clashing, but it is not. It is fighting me. It is fighting me like no tomorrow. And I did not bring a sword or a gun or anything for violence. But it chose violence. It's choosing a lot of violence right now. It doesn't want. Oh. There we go. It's choosing a lot of violence. It is not going together, that's for sure. I'm gonna remove a plate, see if that fixes it. Because I got close, but it was not wanting to close all the way. So there's definitely too much pressure. But now I feel like there's not going to be enough pressure and there's going to be a gap. It's exactly what it is. If only there was a way to fill half a plate in a 1x1 area. Because that's where we're at. That is the missing link. I mean, I could throw a bracket in there and it'll just stick out off the back, but it's going to lead to a lot more complications. Oh, Nelly. Saying that a lot today. Could do that. There's a lot of weird little triangular gaps in there now, but it's closer. It's certainly closer. I have general shapes, but I don't think I'm gonna. I don't know about this one. I don't know about it. I'll leave it out. We might come back to this later. Or I might completely scrap it later. Off screen. Call it a no-go. In terms of viability. Let me at least get a back piece on. Do one last little detail before I put it away. I just need a 1x1. How can I not find a 1x1? All right. Just gonna. Well, I was gonna simply close this, but it's fighting me on that too. Maybe I cut it down by half a plate. I was using a headlight brick with an extra plate on top. So maybe if I use a regular snot brick, 1x1 with stud, it will just magically work this time. Oh, well now it's creating its own issue. Now I need to go up half a plate. Yeah, sure. Sure. I mean, I can do it, but everything just gets progressively further away from lining up. And just overall, a complete disaster with this fella. So we'll try. Got one last trick up my sleeve. I mean, it's in there. I got this last little bit of slopage right there. It's like, this isn't impossible, but it sure is close to it with how little of these colors I have. So I might have to, yeah. I might try lime later. Although I don't think that plant piece comes in lime, which is the perfect shape for the door, and leaving that ugly hole in there. That's what the car has, that weird little gap in its door. So you could put a little storage unit in there. And I'm like, I'm happy with these slopes. They're nearly lined up. Just a little bit of finagling and it would. But it's, ooh. It's close. It's definitely close because this just needs to go straight out from here. And then all this lower section is gray. And then everything above is also gray. It just has the stripe in the back. And then, yeah, you have all this up here. That combined with the angle. It's an attempt. It's an attempt. But I'm motivated to keep working on it off stream. Just for the fact that I have been posting these with some retro Pontiac ads. And one of them is the full explanation of what the Stinger is. Which would be really fun to post, but this thing, oh boy, it's gonna need some work. So until then, I will just set it to the side as this pile of bricks and struggle to get those one piece back in there. Just so I know where it went. Come on. Now I got the opposite one in, but the first one doesn't want to go back. Because why would it? Why would it? Okay. That. And we'll just scoop all of these right back into the one drawer they all came from. My spring green drawer. Say goodbye to it for now, chat. It might come back up later if, for whatever reason, we struggle with the other two more, but I don't think we will. I think the other two will go by much smoother. Speaking of, we can jump right into the pinks. See if we can get Kirby another car. A little bit more of a classy car. Which Pontiac it's going to be, it's up for anyone's interpretation. But what I do know, it's going to be a Kirby car. It's going to be a Kirby Pontiac. Get this ugly son of a gun out of here. At least it rolls. Can't say that about all the cars I've built so far. There we go. It gets to chill there on the corner, being a stain on the stream. All right, so I have acquired some pink pieces from a myriad of brickling sellers. Get some different shapes going. Got our wheel covers, which when I looked at the Kirby card, he doesn't quite reach the wheels, but we'll play around with that with this one. I don't know if I'm going to use these armor pieces. They'd be great for maybe like the back of the head or the front. When we have wedge pieces, the stream cuts out. Crazy. Okay, we're back. When you have wedge pieces, you actually try to plan some vehicle builds, do some good shaping. Crazy how that works. All right, I only have one reference image. I'm gonna get up myself. It's just Car Kirby. Yeah, he doesn't reach the wheels, but we're gonna make him reach in this one. He's gonna just barely touch the wheels, and then that's gonna be it. All right. So pretty straightforward. His hood is going to be pretty squared off. It's just one big lump. I think I'll go with the softer. No. We want this nice big curve. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use this piece, and we're gonna use it as a snot piece for the side. Go from there. Go from there with that. Now I have thought I might make him try to make him 7 wide. So that way it looks like he's covering the vehicle. However, trick to that is going to be, oh, I can't cut one of these in half. Can't put something down the middle to cover for it. So we'll just leave it as is. I think we can still use these pink slopes for the windscreen, or what fleshy bits of Kirby is covering the windscreen. I think this one will be, this is going to be a lot more straightforward than the others. And then what color Pontiacs would I do? I guess we could do blue, like the actual Kirby car. Now let's see. Just gonna want, it's a lot of curves. So I'm gonna line up 6 of these. And 6 more. And this is gonna be our roof. And you better raise it. You better raise this roof. Raise it so it's big and strong. And treat it right. That's what we're going to do with our roof. We're going to raise it. Or you could tear it down, raise it that way. It will be no more. And just like that, I went through all my big curves just to make the roof. Roof. That, yeah. And then I'm thinking we curve this around. We make this our windows, our front and back windows. This is gonna look extraordinarily dumb, but it's what we do. I don't have anything good for the side windows, or the mirrors, sorry, the mirrors. So we're gonna use frogs. Good old frogs. To me, they always looked like Kirby's hands. I think they are supposed to be Kirby's hands, and they end up right where the mirrors are. Alright, and then let me get a couple of larger studs on top pieces. And a 2x6 plate. Sorry, a 4x6 plate. A couple of 1x4s. And we'll just start going from there. We'll start going. Start going. So I'm just gonna put these 1x4s with studs on the sides on a plate, on a bigger plate, and that'll get us our golden ratio. Where this now, when we put something on the side, will line right up with the ground. And we're gonna put our 2 hood pieces right over top. Both of those. All right. And we're gonna use more snot bricks next to it, but these ones in pink because they're going to be shown. So we're going to use 1 on each corner to match up. And then in the front, I'm using 1 more below it so we can put our little hood frogs. And right off the bat, I'm out of plates. So luckily, in this darker pink, I have some 1x3 plates. We're just gonna have to make do with what we got. And well, it does give us an extra bit of lock instead of a bunch of 1x2 plates. And we're just gonna slap all of that on like so. Have a nice big curve. We'll do the same for the back. This will be the seating area slash window spot on our Kirby car. Since he's engulfed the whole car, just rounds out this whole bit. And I kind of want to add 3 more plates below this. So maybe, at least this front one, we can swap to a, well, I have this piece, which isn't the best, but it's better than nothing. I don't have a 4x6 in pink. Might make the car a bit too tall. I think that's what we're gonna go with. Oh, but I don't want the whole thing in pink. I just remembered why. I want 2 more studs of pink, and then I want the bottom one to be a different color. That's what it was. So off with that. But I do have 2x3s, which is perfect. That's the height we want. Here, I'll just make all 3 of this, even though we won't see the middle piece, but I do see plenty of 2x3s in the drawer. So we'll move all these off into that. Get rid of this dark pink. I don't even know if we're going to use the pink wedges because of the dark pink, but for now, slap them all on there. Now for this middle body, I am going to have to make kind of a weird, actually not too weird, connection point for this. I do know how we can do that. There's currently a fantastic piece for it. Oh, I have the tall ones too, but I don't have them here. So I'm just gonna take what I got. If I remember where I put them. It's a newer piece. So of course I don't keep track of where it's at. But it's gonna be perfect. And I'm also going to grab my pink bricks while I'm up. More pink. More pink. Oops. Move those on screen for a little bit. A little closer. So you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But this is the piece I was thinking of. And I do have the ones that are taller. And I know where they're at. I'm just not going to step away from the stream to go get them right now. So I'm going to slap a couple of those right here in the middle. Then we just need a bunch of pink tiles. But voila. I'm able to start attaching those. So let me grab the pink tiles and 2 more of these pieces. So I can do the same on the back. Oh. Well, this is awkward. The only pink tiles I see are 1x1s. Can't remember if I found some in the drawer we were currently looking at. 1x4 tile. Well, would you look at that? I might need to go with all those 1x1s in a minute here. Might be the only option. Might be. Might be. Right now I'm just filling out his sides a little bit since I know they're basic bricks. Quick and simple, quick and simple. Okay, now we're down to here. Down to here. Let me get those. Let me get those. That ridiculous amount of 1x1 tiles. So I think we're gonna burn through them real quick, just to smoothen things out. I'll need to look into seeing if I can get some 1x2 tiles before I do anything with this, or these two designs I make digitally. That might be the play. Oh, a lot of 1x2 tiles. So we gotta fill out this space next to where the plates end. And try to line them up because they love rotating with a little bit of wiggle. Little bit of wiggle wiggle. This is where 1x2 tiles would also be handy, is just not to get that. Obviously the crack's not good, but also the, like I said, the wiggle. Wiggle's gonna get annoying. There's our Kirby car so far. He is blocky as can be, but I'm not too worried about that bit. Not too worried about that. I wonder if I have a 2x4 tile, or actually 2x6 would be best. But some 2x tiles in pink would be perfect here, of which I don't. This is continuing to be a lovely mess. Do we have 2x6 tile plates down here? No. Not in the plate store, that's for sure. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? I need a couple additional snot bricks for when we realign everything. Oh, needs to go down one more plate. Oh, that's going to obstruct all of the wheel fairings. So I'm just going to move it to the very center to completely avoid that. And then we have this snot brick so we can get back to being sideways the whole way through. Is this what I envisioned? I guess it is. I guess it is. Cartoon car that is engulfed by pink. Yeah, these lacks of tiles is not helpful. also comes to like a straight flat. Not the biggest fan of that either, so we're gonna put a little bit of stoppage. I would love if I had the thingamajiggers. If I can remember the word. What is the word? I know you don't know what I'm thinking of. What was it? I've lost all account of what it was. No one will know what was in the inner mechanisms of my mind. That deep, forlorn thought. It haunts me. It haunts me. What I do know is we can already add wheels. This one is so much quicker. Isn't that a convenience? You know, those. I do want to give him hubcap wheels. Because that is what he has. I know we didn't give the last one hubcap wheels. But I do have a trick for that. I just need the hubcaps first. Gotta sneak past the back camera. Ooh. Fish out some of these. There you go. Fish these out of the back. Put them back up. Now we got those. There's our hubcaps. Hubcap wheels. And they are smaller diameter. So we're gonna need those tires. But here is the trick. You put the hub in its proper tire, the small variant. We're gonna do that for all of them. 4 wheels, they all need to be the same. And then this wheel and this tire size fits snugly inside the bigger tire size. Now we have a nice big chunky wheel with a hubcap. Like I said, we'll repeat it for all 4. And it'll beautifully look like this. And so long as you keep everything flushed together, it'll be just fine. Now it does bring up some complications, whereas now this won't snap properly unless you push the tire back, which will look bad. But it is staying. It's probably bad for this piece, but because it's not able to expand back out. But it is staying. See, this bottom tile is actually in the way. So I'm gonna get rid of those. And then I think we have our wheels. Methinks we have it. Not quite, the stud's now colliding. Oh, you dirty stud, you. Honestly, we might not need the holders then. We might just get the wheel wedged in there later on. Although I kind of want it a little lower. Which meant this schnot brick could have been out to the edge. So I'm going to steal that. Steal the one from the back. It's Kirby Rocks and Rolls. And I'm going to reattach all the front stuff. Put that up there. Hold our front schnot. And then the wheel holders and the wheels. Yeah, I like that. I like it. I like it a lot. Or at least enough. I can't lower the wheels because, or the wheel hubs, because of the holder in the middle. But I can actually. Hold on. I'm cooking. I'm thinking of something. Because now we can get rid of it. Put one in the middle. And get rid of this 1x4 plate in the front. Just do a switcheroo. And like that, aha, we have tight clearance. Shabam. Shabuya. Shabingo bongo. And any other noise you can think of. That is our connection. Oh my goodness, it's so low though. This whole front is so low now. I need to raise that up. I've made a grave error. All right, so we're gonna slope off of here. Get all these tiles and slopes off. Or wait, oh wait. Wasn't I gonna do a brick above that? Either way, I'm just gonna add thickness. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. No 2x6 plate, but that's fine. We got 2x3s, 2 of them. Slap that on. These slopes back. And I can already tell this is still not going to be enough. It's still going to be too little thickness. But we're going to roll with it for now. Because we still have a lower layer to add. It'll be the car itself peeking out. I'm worried this is too much height. Definitely the Kirby. Definitely the Kirby. Okay. Let's see, do I have any more? I used up my only 1x4s. That's unfortunate. Although, what I need is some 2x. 2x bricks. To fill in everything. So luckily I got 2x4 for that. And what we don't have is 2x4 plates. Or, not 2x4. Why am I saying 2x4? We need... What we need is 1x1 plates, which I don't have. So I'm instead gonna steal a 1x1 plate from elsewhere. And that'll be our connection point for the inside. And I just swapped out some of the plates on the front. All that good. It's certainly a car of all time. I don't think I can count this as a Pontiac anymore, though. It's just car Kirby. It's just car Kirby. Don't worry, I did save some tiles for his eyes. If I can get him out of the bag. I might spread those out though. Like that's how close they are on the actual, on the curbster himself. But they don't quite look right. They're gonna look like a nose piece, like little noses, little nostrils. That's the word. Nailed it. This is a Karby of all time, not just a car. It's a Karby of all time. Kirby, Kirby, Kirby. Oh, I do have a couple big slopes. Might be able to use that for making it feel like a Pontiac again. Maybe. Or at this rate, we just go all in on Karby. I'm not sure. Uncertain. I think we'll go for we'll try for Pontiac. I don't know if I want to post him during Pontiac time though. He's not quite fitting the bill. I do indeed desperately need 1x1 plates in pink though. Oh! At least finish out his side. Oh, right. What am I doing? I got 2x4s for this. So we can keep it a little smooth, you know? You know. Keep bumping the table and shaking you all about. I'm sorry, I don't mean to. This is so bad. So blocky. I mean, how else do you get that round shape though? Alright, let's move his eyes out for now. I don't like how close they are. I mean, if all else fails, though, I can still probably post this. Call it good. Yeah, I don't think these armor pieces are going to work anywhere. I mean, you can give Kirby a big booty. But, I mean, that's not really accurate, you know? Do a little bit of here. What did I have? Oh. We need to swap this out. Right. We moved it down to one. One for the front, one for the back. Crisscross, applesauce. Something along those lines. What did I do? Use one of these. Yep. Nope. That didn't look right. Oh! Didn't drop it. We're good. We're good. Okay. I think I fixed it. Now I just need some. What are they? What? Snot brakes. Yes. slowly losing my mind over this one. Over these ones, multiple. It's up to me to come up with stronger game plans for these streams. But it might also just might be me getting exhausted from all these streams. I am the problem. Hear me roar. Meow. Boy, I feel bad for myself that if someone walks in, this is what they see. This is not anywhere near my finest build. No, 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 no. This is almost hot garbage level. But I'm continuing with it. I can almost do that. Not really worth it though. Better yet. Alright, well I need to get rid of the snot bricks, because I don't think we're going to do that for the rear. So we're going to create a similar shape with a couple of 2x4s. Just to fill in the gap. Fill it all right in. And what else was I needing? I'm actually going to take these apart because I realized I could just extend it backwards if I offset them by one. But now I've created the issue of putting two large plates together and their friction is too strong. They're too strong. How does one pry them apart? I need more brick separators. Yeah, this is doing absolutely nothing. Check squat. Call in the reinforcements. Always have extra brick separators on hand. This one needs 4. Even with 4, it's not moving. Oh no. I've made an error. I've made a grave error. These plates do not want to come back apart. They want to be glued together forever. Oh. Hold on. There's hope. Oh, there's hope. There we go. Pry it apart. And then remember never to do that again. Use this as a life lesson, chat. Don't stack your plates directly on top of each other. It's not healthy for them. Okay. Now, put our wheels back on for our Kirby. And can we get 2 more 2x3s, or am I out? I'm just about out, so I'm instead these 3 2x2s. Scraping the bottom of the barrel for these plates, or for these parts. I guess plates would have worked, but it's oh ho boy. It's oh ho boy. That's for sure. And I don't have 1x2 plates even to fill in this gap. Okay. We're hitting an all-time low. So I'm going to use tiles. Not even good tiles, because I'm using all 1x1s and one 1x4 to connect all these plates together. And that's going to fill in our gap. Right, but this is why I need snot, because it can't get closer to the tire. Oh no! What do we do? What do we do, chat? What do we do with my incompetencies? Throw me out the brig? Call it good for the day? I'm not giving up that easily, but it's beating me down. This pink ball of adrenaline. Oh, it's a single 1x2 plate that was stuck to another piece. What do we have? What do we have for parts? We have this. Will look good from the side, but won't look good from the back. And I want it to be only one brick tall, so I can't do it sideways. If only I didn't have to use my only 2 cheese slopes up here to fill in that gap. I might steal one just to start experimenting on the back. Yep, that's what we're doing. That's what it's come to. Do I have any more snot bricks? I used up all my pink ones. There were only 6. How unfortunate. Okay, I have more in my actual collection. We were saved. Okay. So let's try snot brick with a cheese slope. All right, yeah. Yeah? Okay. Not awful. Might be able to even be able to rotate it. Because it's pushed back a little. Yeah. Rounded corner keeps it from hitting the tire too hard. We're somewhere. Where that somewhere is, I don't know. Oh, I could switch the frogs out for these. That does look better. I like the frogs, but this does look better. Sorry, frogs. You've been decommissioned. So dumb. I mean, the whole concept of Karby is dumb. For now, I'm going to switch out these bottom cheese slopes. I do have the little nub pieces I use for the windscreens. Or windows, geez. Words. I'm going to use those for the sides. Creates a small gap in there, but then I get the cheese wedges for the top. Keep that closer. If anything, this can be a nice backup car. If I don't get anything else done, we'll have this one. We'll have Karby. All right, now I guess we add the actual car and call it good. I think this is all the pink we need. Oh, there's this back here too. I'm not sure about that one, Chief. Not sure about it whatsoever. To get it right up there. What I need to do is get rid of this plate. It's just kind of in the way now. Oh, but it is holding the top. Oh, no. Actually, no, it's not. I'm a liar. I'm doubling back on everything I said. Because the sides are actually holding it up too. The larger pieces. This thing's on here tight. Ooh. Oh, geez. It's gonna fight me. Like they like to do. Alright. We are going to switch this 2x4 out for a couple of brackets that hang. So let me grab those around. I'm actually gonna do a big one, and a 1x2 plate to fill in the gaps up here. Oh, hold on, let me get a 1x4. And I can hold the bottom too, because these curves I used in the top middle of the back, they're just kind of floating. Give them something to re-support them. All right, then we're gonna use this big bracket there. Reattach everything. This back on top. Put our snot bricks on the sides. And now we can do something with this back end. And it took me a while to get back to my train of thought. I was going to use these bigger curves, put two of them together, kind of undercurve this one. Oh, let me go out one more plate. Uh-oh. Oh, it's stuck on there. There we go. That 2x4 plate would have been useful, but it's not here anymore. Bummerino. I guess I'll go get it back. We need you back. All right, 2 extra plates. Put it down here, and I'll stick out half a plate so that matches this bottom piece. Yeah. All right, all that can be reattached like so. Now put your studs to put a back bumper, and we'll want to attach all the undersides of the car. Now, to make it feel like that he's wrapped around it, instead of making him 7 wide, we make the base of the car 5 wide. That would do it. That would do it. So I'm gonna go get a ludicrous amount of jumpers, and we're just gonna start tiling off his bottom. I think we could do blue as a strong contrast. We could do the what's called the blue, or I don't have it. Where is it? Oh, there we go. What is this? Medium azure. I'm gonna bring it back. Depends how many actual tiles I have for it. I think I ordered some recently, and then they came in the wrong color. And with the whole Europe thing going on, I didn't bother to contact Lego and be like, "You sent me the wrong ones." It just wasn't worth the hassle. It will be if I don't have the right amount for this Karby. 40 Karby. Okay. So we can do this. And we'll put a tile in there. I don't think we'll stress too much on doing like a silver bottom, but we will do a silver bumper in the front. That's where it will differ. So let me get 1x6 light bluish gray tile for that. And a couple of plates to go along with it. Thinking of doing some jumper stuff for it, but I don't think that's going to be possible for the lower bumper. Unless I want them all to be round parts, but kind of options, so we'll see how it looks. And then you're gonna need a lot of tiles and a lot of plates to make this look right. To make it look right. So let's start with some plates. Our Rockabye Kirby. Do something like that. And that. This is what I had for the bumper. I don't like how it's like teeth. That might be what we get stuck with. I've also made for a weird connection. Never mind. This might be a mistake. Or. I just need to do it upside down. That. But the tires are going to clash. Clash of tires. Clash of tires, no! Okay. So we need an alternative. I'll be right back for that. For now, get rid of these. All these parts I just got gone. Get out of here. You're no use to me. Capiche? But now I can do a trick I wanted to do, which is going to be some jumpers underneath, so I can fill out the rest of that. Yeah. With that, this will be a weird attachment point. And I do need, 1x2 plates in our Azure friend. And then I'll need tiles. I'm gonna put the pink tiles away while we're doing this. While I'm doing the shimmy. Oh, if you can believe it, chat, I have exactly 3 Azure tiles. And we only need 2. So we have this now for our connection to go right about there. And I have an idea. I know it's going to work. It's just going to be real insane. And a little spicy. So let me find the pieces I can think of. I'll be right back on camera. Chat, we have a drawer that's stuck, but I did fish the piece out that I needed. Okay. So we have this beautiful piece. Converts 2x2 plate to a pinhole. That's enough to attach a stud to. We're going to put jumpers on this side. We're going to attach this upside down to that stud hole. And then that is going to go right here. Oh, but the measurement's off. Ooh. I see my error. Okay, well, if I find some 1x plates, which I found one, if I can find one more 1x4 plate, I know how to fix this. Remove all this. We're gonna redo it. Redo it. Oh, come on. So we're taking off that, putting that away. We're gonna put the smaller one on. We're gonna put 1x2 tile facing that way, and 1x2 tile facing that way. So now we have this cutout near the front. When we put it on there, we'll have space for our next assembly. That's what we're gonna do. I should also stop using my fingernails because they're probably shattering from it. There we go. Oh, caught it. Not today. Not today. Part count. All right, we want this one to be the opposite. Holding it upside down just to make sure. Do all that. Now we have symmetry. And we have a little bit of room up the front so this jumper assembly can attach. I might put a 2x3 plate in there to square it off. Could do it in blue, but no one will see this, so let's get a more common color. Not black. Pretty much out of those. Not like bluish gray, I'm out of those. There we go, white. We've been using white for a lot of Kirby's insides. There we go. Because if you can barely see it right here, there is an overlap where this plate ends and this plate starts. So they'd be clashing otherwise. Real obnoxious, but we avoided it. And now we have this nice blue that goes all the way around to the front, up to his eyes. Got a bumper. Got a bumper for a mouth. I would like to switch that, but if I do it, everything starts colliding. So I won't. I will not. Yeah, that's pretty good clearance too. Okay. Now we want to work on the rear bumper. Rear bumpity bumper. And I'm starting to get ideas for that too. So we're gonna, this sucker, that we put away, got back, we're gonna put away again. He's in my way. Can't believe he did this to me. But we're gonna get rid of him. And we're gonna grab a couple of 1x6 plates and tiles. And we're going to replace our big friend with two 1x2s. Now it's a little weird. Why would I go 1x2s? Well, so I can put them on the edge, cover that same surface area minus the 2x2 in the middle. Reattach that. Now with that removed, we can put these jumpers in blue so that continues our half step out. And then we can put our bumper right now. Right there. And then Kirby still sticks out a little bit. Perfect, beautiful. And we have these tail lights, which will be the perfect spot to put his little feetsies. The little dangling feet that I remember seeing in the game. Now I'm thinking scuba flippers would look pretty good, but then you'd have the weird ridges. So we might just do a bit more brick built to keep it from looking too weird. Although even with brick built, it's not going to look the best unless I do some stud reversals. So we'll have to look into that. Oh, to make matters worse, I don't really have the right color for this. Do I have it in another color? I do. All right. I was going to do a solid red, but we're going to do... I'll have to add that. We'll have to do a dark pink, because I don't have the round tiles that I wanted. Let me get that added to the tally right now. My bad. All right. So I'm just thinking this for the feet. Nice and simple. Simple and effective. Problem is... Ooh, actually I have a solution. I have an idea. As always. And it's not going to be the best looking idea, but I think it'll be better than putting the feet all the way against the edge. It will be putting it one in on the bumper and then angling those out. There's his feet. Oh, let me put the bumper back on. There's his feet sticking out. All right. That's our Karby. I wonder if I have the... You know what I'm talking about, chat. The 1x4 plate with the tile in the middle? That'd make the center of his face look a little better. Take a quick peek. If I did, it was in the big drawer. Bummerino. Yeah, I'm just all out of tiles and stuff for him, for the most part. I also had all these nice round tiles that I didn't get to use. Don't know where I'd use them at this rate. I would love to smooth out this front bit. I can think of a way to smoothen it out. Doing snot sideways and then giving it more slit for eyes. But I don't think I want to go through that whole mess right now. Wow. Shoot. That actually might be the play. Alright, hold on. We have more ideas flowing in. I just need a couple of 1x1 bricks I'll have to search for. If it's in there, then I know exactly what to do. I know just the right move for all of this. In one go. Oh, I did have 2 tiles still out here. Okay. Well, I grabbed 2 more. Oh, please, I want it. I need some 1x1s. I want to pull this off. No, there's none in there. And there's none in here either. Oh, no. Is there anywhere I can steal them from? There's a couple in there. Ugh. Jeez. This thing's gonna shatter. Oh, that's a lot of pressure. I'm trying to take his roof off. I can't get his roof off. Oh, that didn't work. That's not good. If I can't get that to work. One piece at a time. He has less things holding himself down. Ooh. There we go. Okay, so these top ones are the snot bricks, but the bottom ones are not. So if I can find a spot to attach these instead, and we're golden. And my thought process is to get rid of this big plate in the middle. Wow. Because the big plate's not doing us anything. Not right now. So we get rid of these 1x1s. No! There it goes. We're adding that. Oh, I dropped another one. Alright. My 2 1x1s. Safely off to the side. Put his nub arm back on. And we get this piece in here. And then I'm going to put a 2x6 in there to reattach everything. Yeah. There's space for it. Actually, not 2x6. A whole slew of pieces. 2x2s and 2x4s. We're gonna help Kirby work on his core. So we're just really reinforcing all this. Which means the next time I have to take him apart, like you saw earlier, he's gonna fight. He's gonna fight like no tomorrow. And my fingers, they're gonna bleed. They're gonna bleed. It's what Kirby do. Actually, instead of these 2x4s, I don't know why I threw them in here. Instead of these 1x4s, I can save those in case I need them in the future. Use 2x4s instead. And now, instead of trying to make myself bleed, I'm going to put tiles under these, so they're not completely locked in. All right. If I have more tiles. I actually remembered I might not have any. I also don't have plates to put on the edges, so that's cool. Big tile in the middle. I do not have 1x2 plates or tiles, so we're going to use 1x1 tiles. I am going to be breaking up some of the color blocking, but oh, color blocking. Oh, it's all pink, but the smooth texture on the side. It won't be as smooth because there's one little extra gap now there. But I can put all these, and I know they're not fully connected. That's forward thinking in case I ever need to take it apart or plan to. I probably will down the line. This isn't my favorite of the cars. And like I said before, it is probably just, if I don't get done with the others, it's a good filler. It's a good filler car. Okay. It's that one in the middle that doesn't want to. Oh, he has a gap now. He's a crack down his spine. Somebody help Kirby. Get him a chiropractor. Okay. All that work just to get these two out. We're going to make little towers like this. 2 towers. Lord of the Rings, not North American. 2 towers. Get rid of his eyes. Get all that. All that. And we're gonna rework this, the base. Come on. Ooh. Okay. Rework the top. From the top. Well, shoot, I was going to rework the top, but I remembered we still don't have certain pieces. So instead, we're going to have to just go with something a little illegal. An illegal build technique. I was going to get rid of these bottom studs because this snot build is going to sit floating on it, which means it's rubbing up against the stud logos. But at this rate, I don't care. I don't have the right parts to swap everything around. So we're just going to go. And with that, we have our Kirby slits, little slit eyes. You can pretend these are his cheeks, way out there instead of next to his face. They're nice and closer now, and they're thinner, and it really does look like just a big pig nose. But if you know, you know. And we got that nice little lip over the edge. Oh, it's a lot better than I thought. You know, it still doesn't look like a Pontiac. It's just a pink blob. But I'm happy with some of the choices that came out from it. Unfortunate, didn't use these eyes. I do wish, I don't know if there is one out there that is a 1x1 plate with side printing of just a white line. I know there is black with a white square. No, white with a black square in the middle. But I don't think there's a white, like a flipped color variant where it's black with a white line. And even so, it would be in the middle. We'd want off to one side so it could be his eyes. His little shines. Little eye shines. But yeah, overall, this turned out a lot better than I thought. Silly little Kirby. All right. And now we do the magic trick of putting everything away. I didn't use any of my tiny slopes. At least they're there for a future detailed build that will include pink. And I knew we probably wouldn't use the wedges just for the fact that, well, one's a different color, but it also didn't fit the smooth texture, the rounded texture of Kirby. I can't believe because of these streams, I have now built 2 Kirbys, where I hadn't before. I hadn't built my favorite, one of my favorite video game characters of all time. And now, thanks to streaming, I have. So that's a plus. That's on the bright side. Look at that. And I didn't use any of the armor pieces. But I'm happy with that, because I was worried I'd use 1 for Kirby and have 3 awkwardly left over. Because I want to use 4 and hopefully make a mech one day. Very pink mech. Maybe an Easter or springtime mech. Such a bright color. An Exoforce mech we have never seen before. Oh, imagine if I give it to the robots too. The robots have a menacing pink mech. I'm just gonna put those bags parts in the drawer. Probably forget about them, but I don't have a use for them right now. So away they go. Did I have more pink over here? I did not. I was worried I had some stashed away from a different pick brick order. Look at that. We did a car. We built a car on stream. Now we just put some parts away. Throw these Ziploc bags elsewhere. Ah, bonk my head on the chair. Live on camera. Okay. We got Kirby. We got him next to the Aztec. He's pretty sizable to the Aztec. That's pretty good. He's a backup. He's definitely a backup though. I don't like his... He's low on detail. I'm happy I figured out the lip at the bottom. Make it feel like the car's smaller than him. But other than that, he is just a big pink square. For some reason, these pieces aren't sticking together. That's concerning. But yeah, he is just a big block of pink. Just the best look. Also, I think his feet need to go the other way. Actually, that does look better. Yeah, they're dangling a bit. Yeah, the fact they overhang, I need to put them down here. Because they don't look like they're connected up top if I put them the other way. Dangle them a bit, yeah. Yep. That's Karby. Karby. I'm glad we added the... I got the fender holders, but I didn't know if I was going to use them. I'm glad I did use them. It adds a little more definition to his character. And causes the pink to get a lot lower, which we needed for the face to have both the curve and a row for eyes. So that worked out. And then I guess I'll do a pink mech down the line. Throw these in with all the other armor pieces I have waiting to be a mech. I have some brighter purple ones that have been sitting around too. A little tease for that. Hey, there's the other spring green Technic piece that I could have been using on the build. Oh well. I also have these wheelchairs as like the underside, but that's a tease for anyone watching. Anyone watching the VOD, or if you're live and not talking, thank you. Oh, thank you. While we're in between the cars, we'll probably jump to starting this one, the yellow one, longer yellow. Before we jump to that one, I do want to shout out, I did complete and fill in this area over here. So instead of looking at the temporary cardboard blocking the window, there's now a shelf where I can display future models and older models. Unfortunately, the top shelf is completely invisible to the camera. It's too high up. So I guess I can put private things up there, but I was hoping to put awards or something. I don't know. Show those off. But it's something. It's something, you know? It's a little something. Maybe one day I can do like, oh, wait. There's a guy up there. Whoa! Things like that. Tease him a little. Tease the dinosaur. Yes! Okay. But yeah, the shelf's new. It's complete. Happy about it. Fills in that area perfectly. Painted black, so that way it blends in. Fills in with the TV too. I love it. It's nice. It brings the whole room together. Aside from, you can see the edge of the wood here. I might need to get some lamination over that. I don't know. Yeah. One thing at a time. This, though, removes the ugly sore that was in the middle of the room. Sure, that's nice. It's really nice. Alright. We're gonna look Actually, we do have a good stopping point. As much as I want to start the nice big fancy car, I kind of want to also call it. It's been a very quiet day. And I don't think, as of recent streams, I don't think I've been chatting as much as I should. I had a good hot streak of just random topics coming out. But today kind of just petered out. Once we lost our one chatter. Chitter chatter. And I don't know how I did it a couple streams ago. I was just kind of rambling off the cuff. Just continually spitting out nonsense, as I kept putting it. Nothing but nonsense for my streams. But this time, yeah, I don't know. That's how it's felt like the last couple times. Just, I should be talking about more stuff, but it's just not a lot to chat about. Had a simple breakfast as always. Did a bunch of editing and stuff before stream. I guess I could say friends and I started watching the Need for Speed 2014 movie. And I haven't told them yet. We're watching certain movies this month because they all have to do with Pontiac. There's a single Pontiac in that movie. But it just kept buffering over and over. So we got like first 2 acts of the movie done. And we're like, oh, hey. One of the guys like, oh, cool. That feels like the finale. That's awesome. We made it. No, we were 2 acts in. And everyone was so tired. It was like, we need to cut this off. We'll finish the movie another day. But for some reason, it just would not stop buffering. It did not want to portray the movie. And I don't think it's the streaming service. I think it's fine. But our internet was just not kicking in for that. And like, ugh, oh, it's dying. It's dying today. So much buffer. It gave us plenty of things to talk about in between, but it just kept cutting out. It did not want us to see the movie. At least in a reasonable amount of time. I don't know. I need to stop focusing on this. I keep looking at things and I'm like, I can make that a little better. I know I can make that a little better. I don't want to make it a little better though. I think what I will do is there's one piece here. I'll switch to black. So it looks more like a grill underneath instead of fully metalled out. Plus I have more of these in black because they're on pick a brick wall. Beautiful. Beautiful. 1x3 rounded with holes. Incredible piece. But yeah, making that black, that gives it a little of a gap rather than a solid continuation all the way through. Ooh, but it takes away from his mouth. Or his eyes. Guess we'll scratch that one. Not all of my ideas are great. Sometimes going back to square one was the right choice. But yes. It was an alright movie. I definitely understand why it's lower rated. Luckily, I mean, to its benefit and to its detriment, it's no Fast and Furious. But that's good because it felt like it was an actual race movie compared to where Fast and Furious has been the last few years. Or, well, last couple decades. Yeah, it just felt like an actual car movie, racing movie. And then there were some weird points at about halfway through. Like, oh, that just happened. Huh. This one's unexpected. Like, even Fast and Furious hasn't done that stuff. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Weird and dumb, but cool. It's different. Aside from that, had a change of plans on Friday. Instead of some people coming over, turned out a lot of things were canceled, and a friend and I got back to playing a game we haven't played in a while. We're trying to slowly get through it. It is a Capcom game called Lost Planet 2. From Lost Planet 2. It's been a fun time. It's interesting. It's very much mechanically similar to Monster Hunter, but instead it is a sci-fi shooter with like a lot of mission-based structure, a lot of point holds, and a lot of destroy all enemies. And we were doing pretty good. We got to the end of episode 3. Yeah, episode 3. By episodes, it's the big chunks, and then chapters are the little chunks. And we got to that boss, and we just took so long on it, and we were like, all right, we're gonna drive ourselves crazy if we keep going. So that's another thing we had to cut off. It's been a lot of cutoffs this week, hasn't it? Just like me trying to cut off this stream. Crazy. But it's a cool game. Definitely a cool game. It's fun to play with a person, because I would not play that single player. It's a little slow, a little monotonous, but the fact that I'm enjoying it with someone else, we can laugh at things and have our own fun with it. The bosses are pretty cool. They're pretty cut and dry, but they're cool in their execution. And they're grandiose. The grandeur. They're all really big monsters for the bosses. So, and yeah, the one we were doing that drove us a little crazy at the end was this giant sandworm while you're on a train, and you had to constantly load up this railgun on top, but also manage smaller guns to open the weak spots over and over, and put cooling on the whole system so it doesn't explode, all while finding these giant rockets to throw into the big gun. There's a piece of dust in here that won't get out. It's distracting me. It won't. Oh no. It's like stuck between the two tires. But yeah, I'm trying to manage all those things together, and then finding the shots, lining up the shot. The gun moves stupidly slow. That was a drag, to say the least. I'll just pull up all the Pontiacs we have on the table. That's good enough. Mad Max can stay back there with our what will probably be abandoned, or I might go all digital for that one. We'll see. I'm at the end of my rope. That might not be a proper term, but here we are. We're at the awkward ending. So, if you liked what you watched, I'd be judging you because I don't know why you'd like this. I'm just an idiot on the internet. Isn't that half of us? If you like what you watched, either way, there's socials down there to all the other things. If you're watching the VOD, I'm on Twitch, live, building Lego on Sundays, and gaming on Thursdays. If you want to see all these beauties up closer, that's what Instagram is for. If people want me to use the Twitter, I'll finally start using it. I really shouldn't have put that on there, but I did. I don't think I've touched it in a while, because I do announcements on there, but who cares? You can get probably better ones elsewhere. Twitch stream is already... It has a schedule. Anyways, socials, etc. If you liked it, like it, follow, etc. If you don't, do your own thing. And with that, goodbye. Goodbye. It's Pontiac time. Goodbye. Hey there, Kirby. Have you ever met a knight